Hey everybody, what's going on? This is one very tired ASIC Eric coming at you. It's been a marathon week, getting all this stuff done, the subframe, the car sandblasted. We are going to try to get the rest of the Camaro cleaned up today and get it primed. Take a look at my garage right now. It's a mess. Still got the subframe hanging up, but I haven't brought it down. Haven't had a reason to, so I just left it up there. Camaro, as we saw yesterday, all the sandblasting's done, at least as much as I'm gonna do. So the plan here is, this is pretty well ready to go right here. This needs to be primed. Underside of the car needs to be primed. In places, parts of it's primed already. So there's some spots under the car that I still need to clean up that I didn't get completely sandblasted. A couple of spots inside the car, over here, over there. And then once it's primed, I'm going to go ahead and put this patch panel in right here. Again, for those of you who don't know, a car came this way. I guess there was a fuel cell or something in there. I replaced this piece here with a pretty rusty piece. You can see that sandblasted up pretty well. I am going to hit that with some phosphoric acid before I put the primer on it, just a double protection on that. There's not really a lot of rust anywhere else in here. There's some pitting down here in this corner here. I'll probably put some phosphoric acid on that too, but most of it's okay. There wasn't really a lot of rust on the bottom of the car. That's not why I sandblasted it. I just sandblasted it to get the paint off in the places that were hard to get the grinding wheels and stuff too. But there's still some places that aren't done that I gotta grind. I'm going to prime up to this point right here. So firewall forward here. I'm not going to do that yet because I haven't had time to clean all of this up. So I will still need to do that. This is going to be body color up here, so I'm not in any hurry to do this. I can do that later. The black, the bottom of the car is going to be that satin black that I used on the subframe, so I'll take that up to here somewhere, but I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to prime that right now. Or, you know, actually I might do this whole piece body color here, now that I think about it. I wasn't really sure where to put a good break there for the black anyway. There's a nice dividing line there where the floor pan meets the firewall. Maybe I'll just do that. There, one problem solved. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and wheel the car back outside today. It's another absolutely gorgeous day today. It's going to be probably 80 degrees. It's a little windy. But it's nice. So I'll go ahead and work outside since I got more grinding and stuff to do. All that, I'll just let all that crap fall out here instead of in my garage. And I was gonna probably go ahead and paint it out there too, unless it gets really windy or something. You know, it's fall now. There's not a lot of stuff in the air. There's no pollen flying around everywhere, so it's pretty clean. So I might just do that. I got so much overspray in the garage from that subframe. I got even more painting to do here, so I think I'll just do it outside. But anyway, that's it. So let me get this guy back out of the garage here. And for those of you who didn't see this, we talked about it yesterday. That's the winch I was talking about. So that's how we wheel this thing in and out of the garage. All right, let me get it out of here. This is just a whole lot of unpleasantness just going through here with little abrasive wheels. I find these things work really well. More nylon brushes. I'm trying to get up in here all these places that are still not quite right. Finally went and bought some of these cheap little scrapers at Harbor Freight. Those are pretty good. I'm spending most of my time right now trying to clean the rest of the floor pans here. This is the worst part of the whole thing. They've got, I don't know what it is. It's like a heavy, oily kind of something on it that sticks like crazy. So you try and use a wheel or something on it and it just like oil, it just sucks it up and then you're just spreading oil everywhere, so that doesn't work. You can get most of it off with the scraper and then acetone. Just a real pain in the butt. But anyway, I am pretty close to done with this side of the car. And I'm sitting here in the sun cooking, so I'm actually kind of warm. So I'm going to flip it over this way, excuse me, in a minute. We'll be done with the bottom of the car hopefully in the next hour. The trunk looks like it's just about ready to go, so I should be priming it in a couple hours, I hope here. It reminds me, I gotta get the phosphoric acid on because that's gotta sit for an hour before I can paint, so I should do that pretty soon here. Okay. Well, as with everything else on this car, that took a lot longer than I expected it to. Whew. So, sun has gone down, so I cannot paint this outside. So I'm gonna have to roll it back into the garage to get the primer on it. I'll show you what it looks like on the bottom. Looks pretty good, pretty happy with it. So all of this is cleaned. I scuffed all the old paint with 220, the bare metal with 80. The old primer, I'd hit that with 220 as well, because you know, it has a 7-day recoat window on it, and that was, I don't know, months ago. So I scuffed all of that down, going ahead and put a fresh coat of epoxy across the whole bottom of the car. All this stuff's ready up in here. I didn't do the wheel wells. I'm going to come back and work on that later because I got to bust all of this out in this quarter panel anyway. And I may end up replacing that wheelhouse there, so I didn't want to bother with it. I also didn't bother trying to fix this right now. I'll deal with that later. It's got too much on my plate, so I want to get that done. I did hit all of this stuff under here with phosphoric acid. I think that's okay. It's looking good. So, pull this baby back into the garage. Got to cover up my subframe so I don't get overspray all over it. And then get it painted. Got to do it tonight because, you know, you're supposed to paint metal right away after you sandblast it. So I don't want to let this sit and rust. So, back to the garage. Alright, she's back in the garage. We're ready to go. I'm not going to film this. You guys have seen enough of me painting lately, so there we go. Wish me luck. Alright, she's done. So we're all epoxified. No matter how much time I spent trying to clean this car out, I spent probably an hour multiple times with compressed air blowing out all the aluminum oxide and vacuuming the car 2 or 3 times. After all of that, every time I turned the car over, more aluminum oxide fell out and blew into the paint. And, yeah, what can you do? Luckily this is primer. Get a look at the bottom of the car here. It's the first time it's ever looked like that. All one color from end to end. Looks pretty sweet. It stinks in here, so I'm going to make this quick. Just get a good look at everything. Came out real nice. The texture is pretty good, as you can see. Got that micro fine peel in it in a lot of places. Other places are nice and smooth. And it looks like you get the smooth texture when you're right on the edge of causing a run. Those are the few places that I got runs in here. Not many. Well, it's pretty good. But there's a little sag right there. I don't know if you can see it. Yonder. But not much. I didn't get any major runs. So I did a pretty good job. I'm pretty happy with that, I would say. So, whew, that is my marathon week. I still have to get this patched, welded, done within 7 days so that I can paint all this stuff black without having to sand all this primer and prime it again. So I've got my work cut out for me. I got to make sure I get this done. And if it looks like I can't get that done, then I'm just going to go ahead and paint it anyway. And then I can come back later and patch that in and touch up paint on that, I guess. But yeah, this was pretty rough painting down inside here. That was not fun. And there, got the toe board, probably can't tell. Anyway, that is that. I'm beat. Another long day. Tomorrow's Halloween. Gonna be taking the day off. Nothing going on tomorrow. I hope you guys all have a great weekend, a great Halloween. You got kids, get to spend time with your kids. If not, all the trick-or-treaters, don't eat too much candy, get a stomachache. All right, everybody. Thank you much. Take care. Ace Garrick signing out. Peace. Sorry, Mark.